Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome. It's time for Coffee and Conversation, and I'm your host, Marcus Anthony. Say it like you mean it. I am here with the beautiful Alicia Cooper.
Hey, Marcus.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
This lady is hilarious. I have to just come right out the bat and say that this lady is hilarious.
Thank you.
It was good to, it's my first time, our first time meeting.
Yes, and this brother can sing. So I ran from my comedy show straight to his show and was just floored.
Thank you very much. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time. I think you just passed out when you got floored when you made it to the room because they're quite a distance away.
Yeah, I was booking it. I was booking it. And it was worth it.
Thank you very much. Your show, I saw your show the night I came on board. You did a double header and hilarious. And she struck a chord because hey Mickey, she started to mention something about the pandemic and ship life during that time. And it was hilarious. I just started screaming because it was hilarious. And I'm not one to outwardly laugh. But you definitely hit a chord.
Because people always ask me when I started doing ships.
Right.
And so that's how the truth came out. It was like in the heart of the pandemic. Most of the things on land were closed. The ships were selling at 50% occupancy. And then my agent called and said, would you like to try a cruise ship? And I was like, well, what does that entail?
Okay.
You know, and so the rest is history. So I started during the pandemic, and that's the story I was telling that Marcus is referring to about what happened to me on the first outing.
The very first. And she mentioned having to do the swabs and everything else. Now, we are coming to you from the beautiful Carnival Radiance, and we're in Ensenada, Mexico. And you live where?
I live in the Valley. I'm in Encino.
She's a Valley girl.
Yes. When we land tomorrow in Long Beach, all I have to do is take an Uber home.
See, I'm jealous because I have to take a flight.
Yeah.
But there's places that I've lived where I just take an Uber. So
see,
I'm happy for you.
Yes, thank you. This is my favorite ship.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I started in December 2020.
December 2020.
New Year's Eve week.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you went hard. They
7
really put
days.
You out there.
Oh my! And you know, in the beginning, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know.
But no, just comedy in general. You started.
Comedy in general.
Yeah.
I started in October 2000.
Okay, I was getting ready to say. I know you didn't. Just...
my first time ever doing stand-up was on Carnival.
Now I've seen.
I had a captive audience.
They had to like you or not. But so you started in
2000, October 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you've done the club circuit in California. You cut your teeth
I've done
there.
everything. I've gone overseas performing for the troops.
Okay.
I think I've probably performed in maybe like 46 of the 50 states.
Okay.
You know, so
driving all over the place.
Driving all over the place. Oh my gosh, the stories I could tell you. I was so crazy in the beginning. I mean, I was doing stuff like getting in a car and driving through like obscure parts of upstate New York in a snowstorm when they told you not to drive.
Right.
And it was nothing but me and 18-wheelers on the road, and I hit this black ice and was spinning in the middle of the 95 South.
Oh my goodness.
Spinning, and luckily the nearest tractor trailer was like a half a mile back.
Right.
And I'm just screaming like in a movie. You just going in a circle, holding on to the wheel. Ah! I mean, if a tractor trailer had been near me, it would have been over. They said, do not drive. But I had to get to this casino gig.
Right.
And this, it was like a Indian casino.
Right.
I think it was like somewhere where, like the Mohegan Sun or something like that. And I hit that black ice, and nobody. I should have known I should have been on the road when nobody was on the road.
Right.
But me and 18-wheelers. But I was like, I got to get this money.
Oh my goodness!
Never again.
Did you make it to the gig?
I made it to the gig.
So now did you run into an embankment or?
No, it was the actual road and the freeway.
Okay.
I just hit something and spun.
And just spun, and
right
you were able to recover.
Able to recover. When that happens, you don't pound it. You don't have any control over the brake or the wheel.
Nothing.
You just got to wait till it stops.
Right.
And I'm looking, I'm trying to see how close the tractor trailer is, and I'm like, woo, thank God. And then I just kept going.
Well, it's a blessing that you made it through that spin.
That's the kind of stuff you do in the beginning because you're so hungry and desperate for work.
Right.
And you don't have any savings, so you can't afford to lose a gig.
Right. And if you didn't make that, you just weren't going to get paid.
Wasn't going to get paid.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you made it, and you made it safely.
Thank you.
You had a little excitement along the way, but you made it. So you did you do a lot of open mic?
A ton of open mic. I went to every open mic I could find in LA because that was the safest place to not be funny.
Right.
Like you didn't have to be funny. You weren't even expected to be funny because everybody's working on stuff. And what I learned about comedy is when you're doing something new, telling a new bit, you have to hear it come out of your mouth first.
Right.
So that you can start massaging it and making it funnier. So the best place to hear it first is an open mic.
Oh, okay.
So I went to all the open mics all over Southern California.
Wonderful. When did you decide that you could be funny? Who put it in your head that you could be a comedian?
Well, my whole family is funny. Like everybody is friggin' hilarious in my family. They are funny. So I grew up watching comedy my whole life, stand-up. My cousin Karen, she got kicked out of her mother's house for being mouthy, and she was 9 years older than me. So she moved in with us, and so I'm 8 and she's 17, and I'm listening to everything she's sneaking and listening to.
Right.
So we're listening to Millie Jackson. We're listening to Red Fox. We're listening to
hardcore.
Eddie Murphy. We're listening to just everybody that, we listening, you know. And so I'm realizing that I have a love for the art of stand-up comedy, the Richard Pryor, everybody. So then when I got to right around college, Def Jam came out. Remember Def Comedy Jam? And everybody was my age.
Okay.
And everybody looked like me. And they were I thought that they were improv.
Okay.
I didn't know that they had written material and had been working it out on the road for 10 years before you saw it. So I said, I can do that. I'm the funniest person in the school. I'm the funniest person on the bus. I got up there in Maryland, the suburbs of Maryland, trying to get on stage with no material, just doing stuff I had heard, crashing and burning other people's stuff. Let me tell you one of the first jokes I did, and it was so bad. One thing I like about the suburbs of Maryland, the black folks are bougie, so they don't boo you, they're just silent.
Right. They're not even gonna laugh.
Yeah, they're not laughing, they're not booing, they're just looking at you.
Right.
You know, when you go to the hood, bam, they throwing stuff at you. So I told this joke. I said, your mother don't have no arms, so she on Wheel of Fortune spinning a wheel like this. And I put my arms behind my back and kicked my foot out in the circle going, big money, big money. Them people just looking at me like, if you don't sit down, somewhere. So, jokes, that's the kind of material I had.
Oh my goodness.
And no laughs. And then I started.
How did you feel when you got off the stage?
I was like, I thought I was funny. And then, so it was this bar called PJ's, and right across the wall was people that were buying drinks and drinking, and they weren't here for comedy.
Right.
And it wasn't a closed wall.
Okay.
So right over that wall is where we're trying to do comedy, and these people are like, blenders going off, and all that. When you're new, you can't have any distractions.
Exactly.
You don't, because you're trying to remember stuff, and all them people over there, girl, shut up, and all this stuff. That was a horrible place to even begin.
Oh my goodness.
So I wasn't getting any laughs, and the funny thing was my cousin came to record me. And back then, the mid-90s, you got dressed up.
Right.
For any reason. You got dressed up to go to Red Lobster.
That's
like
true.
You got dressed up to go anyway. So I'm dressed up for this, and she had this big camcorder. Remember the camcorders that had a whole VHS tape inside?
Yeah.
So she pushing this big VHS tape inside this camcorder. She is recording me, and I'm dressed to the nines. I had finger waves in my head.
Okay.
I was stockings. Remember when women wore stockings and slips? I had a slip on. The slip industry is dead.
Completely.
Completely.
And
so
the stockings is going
stockings industry is dead. So I'm looking the part. I had finger waves in my head. I ain't have a joke in my skull. but I looked good. Point. My hair was good. And my cousin recorded that. If I could find that recording to this day, I know it was bad. I know it was bad.
That would be funny for you to play.
Yes.
As your,
yes.
your opening or your closing.
Yes. So I did that a few times in the Maryland area. I wasn't getting any laughs. Then I went to LA. Mm-hmm. I think it was around 1994, 1995. And the biggest night at that time was called Fat Tuesdays at the Comedy Store. They used to do it in the belly room upstairs. So I go upstairs and I'm seeing all the people I saw in Def Jam.
Okay.
Yvette, she since passed away. Yvette from the Parkers.
Right, yeah.
Yvette Wilson, Joe Torre, Guy Torre, Buddy Lewis, everybody's in this room. Yes. And this was right, like, I think Def Jam had probably just ended, but they were all like celebrities to me.
Right.
So I go up and somebody told me nobody ever wants to go first. So if you want to get a chance at some stage time, go up and say I'll go first. This room was
they set you up.
Packed. So I went up to the host at the time. His name was Buddy Lewis. I said, Buddy, can I go up first? My name is Alicia. Come up from DC. They used to DC comics killing.
Right.
You know, Martin Lawrence and all them come from DC. So I said, can I go first? He said, all right. I went up first and crashed and burned first.
Oh, no.
Buddy, being a professional that he is, and the Howard graduate that he is, came up behind me and brought the room back by saying, because right there, it was a time when TWA had a flight called Flight 800 and it crashed.
Right.
Buddy said, she must have left her jokes on Flight 800. The audience hollered. And do you know when I moved to LA years later, and I moved to LA in 1998, and I wasn't there a good month before I got my first job working on Magic Johnson's late night talk show. You know who came through the door as one of the writers? Buddy Lewis.
Really?
And I said, you're not going to remember me, but I remember you. You fried me 3-4 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
And we've been close friends ever since.
That is hilarious, though. Well, at least he was able to bring him back.
He brought him back.
And you were able to remember that, so you don't go out and do it.
Oh, no. So I quit after that. I needed to quit. So I quit. And so what happened was I was always a producer behind the scenes. At college, I would go in the evenings to BET in DC, and I would intern. Right. So once I graduated, I was able to come on full time. So I was behind the scenes doing TV shows for BET in DC. Okay. So when I moved to LA, I had a resume. So that's how I got the Magic Johnson job. And then I went over to BET again because they had a Burbank, California branch, and we started doing talk shows. Okay. And so from there, one of the girls on the talk show, her name was Doris Rollins. She used to work on Martin's sitcom. She said, I'm doing a show on Friday called The Next Big Thing. I have 2 singers, 2 dancers, and 2 comedians, and I have you booked as a second comedian. I said, Doris, I don't do comedy no more. I don't know why you had me booked as a second comedian. I said, I got my own shows due. And she said, well, you're the funniest person in the office. I said, how hard is that to be? Y'all ain't funny. Right. And she was like, well, you're booked. I said, oh, look. I said, this is a national TV show. So I went and got a book. Right. On how to structure a joke. Okay. Now, Mike, this is Monday. I'm going on national TV Friday. So I go to the bookstore, Samuel French bookstore, and I'm so it's telling you how to structure this joke. And so I said, all right. She said, I'm only doing 3 minutes. I said, well, now I'm going to write some jokes. I said, and then I got to try them out. I can't say them the first time on national TV. So I go to this place in North Hollywood called the Ha Ha Cafe. And I try my jokes out. Mm-hmm. Now, when you don't have material and you're new, and you know you're supposed to come up next, it always feels like the host is doing an hour in front of you. So you're nervous backstage. You got flop sweat under your arms, your back wet. You just want to get this mic in your hand. You know, so I finally got the mic in my hand, and I told my jokes. It was right after Toni Braxton's Heat album came out, and she had changed her sound. Right. Where everything was, So, you know, so I wrote about Toni Braxton's new sound, and, you know, and then I talked about why the men in LA also, why they so short, what's in the water. And the funny thing was, our stage manager was short. And so I pointed him, I said, look at his little behind. And we all just laughed, and he was laughing. He was like, yeah. They got him doing like this. And so I had 3 minutes. It wasn't 3 killer minutes, but I had something. I had better than I had in Maryland. Right. Because I made an effort. And so, so that episode, Doris had judges. So Kim Whitley was a judge. who else? Oh, Ellen Cleghorn. She was the first black woman with a sitcom with her name in it called Ellen.
Oh,
no,
okay.
called Cleghorn. She was a judge. A girl named Annie, and there was one more person. Kim, Ellen, Annie. I feel like it was a fourth person. But they gave me a positive critique. Now, had they not given me a positive critique, I'd have quit again because I wasn't dedicated to it.
Right.
But when they gave me a positive critique, I said, okay, well, that wasn't so bad.
But at least you were open to it.
I was open to the critique, and they didn't kill me.
Right.
You know, and I said, okay, well, maybe there's something there. I did get some. All you need is like some encouragement.
That's true.
When you're doing stuff, and so they encouraged me, and so then I was working my 12-hour days doing talk shows, and I would go to the comedy clubs at night.
So you were producing the talk shows.
Yeah.
What other type of work have you done before doing comedy?
Before doing comedy, it was all television production. I did and retail. I did some retail.
Right.
I worked at Circuit City.
Okay.
In Temple Hills, Maryland. That was a fun job. I love me some Circuit City. Briefly, I worked at Planet Hollywood. Remember Planet Hollywood was all the rage for about a year?
Yes, true.
So
what did you do at
job.
Planet Hollywood?
I worked in a merchandise store, but they sold the little shot glasses and the t-shirts and the jackets and all that. Yeah.
Well, you were honing in on your skills at that time as well, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, how many people are in your family that you actually grew up with, your sisters and brothers?
Well, I'm an only
you said
child.
They were all funny, everybody.
Yeah, my cousin Karen. Oh my gosh, she is effortlessly funny because she's brilliant. Like she's smart. She's the type of person. Well, first of all, she read a novel every 3 days, and then she could take a test and it was an ace. Like she just had that thing where stuff came easily to her because she was just naturally smart. And really smart people are funny because they're quirky and they're clever.
Right.
So she wasn't trying to be funny, but she was funny. And she does funniest stuff. Her son, he was like about 1.5 and he was still in diapers. And she had these hardwood floors and she didn't have any maternal instinct.
Right.
So she wasn't one of them pet you up, huggy, lovey mothers.
Right.
He came flying around the floor, hit it. You know how them babies hit that floor hard in that pamper. And he started crying. You know them kids, the back of their tonsil be, that's how hard they be crying. And so I said, oh, she getting up off the couch. She about to hug this baby for the first time.
For the first time.
Why she get down on one knee like an umpire and go, safe? And then went sat back down. Her kids will say, Mom, the ice cream truck outside, can I go get a Snicker? Here she go, here's your Snicker. And she gonna start snickering. So this is my family crazy, so so I grew up with her. My mother, she passed in 2015, but my mother was extremely funny. My father, his temper goes from 0 to 60 in 12 seconds. So he's funny because he's mad. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it just, like when Donald Trump first got elected, my father said, if you can't see that this fool is a fool, then you're a fool. I was on the floor. He dead serious. He said, I don't even watch television because I'm cussing at the screen. Can't nobody hear me.
Yeah, you sounds like you have a funny family.
I can do a sitcom just off my family. Cousins funny, everybody funny.
Do you do a lot of crowd work? Now, I know you didn't do a lot in the show that I saw.
Yeah.
You just had jokes, one joke after the next. Do you find yourself
You know what? I feel like I don't. This is how I look at crowd work. I look at crowd work like if you're going to do it to set up a bit.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So if I'm talking to two people and I'm like, oh, okay, I said, where'd y'all meet? Y'all met online, what site, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll go into my online dating material.
Right.
But some people are just doing it because they don't have the time.
Right.
So they're trying to stretch their time out with lukewarm crowd work. Mm-hmm. And these same people, when you see their material is actually funny. Right. They just don't have enough of it. Mm-hmm. So they go to crowd work. They rely on crowd work. I don't rely on crowd work.
Okay.
Because I'm constantly writing.
And again, what I saw was hilarious. When I saw the one show,
well,
because
where'd you come tonight?
Yeah, I'll be there tonight because your shows last night, we were pretty much crisscrossing each other. Right. So I didn't have time to get to yours. But you had time to get to mine. And I appreciate
the end. I think I saw the last probably 25 minutes of the first one, like the last 20 minutes of the second one. It was good. It was good.
And like I said, my shows are different.
Yeah.
Show is different than the second.
And I love how you come back, like you give them more. Like when they think it's over, it's not over.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
real
having
professional.
a good time.
That's a real professional.
And
I like how you give them an opportunity to throw out some artists that you could sing.
Right.
Yeah, that was me hollering Luther.
Was that you? But I did. I think
you did it.
Luther for that.
You did it.
A House Is Not a Home. I love that song.
Yes.
But
my favorite Luther song is So Amazing.
Yeah, great song.
Did you see his documentary?
Yes, I did.
Woo!
Yes, I did.
That thing was cold.
It was amazing. So, what other ships have you done in the fleet other than the?
I've done the Vista, the Freedom, the Forenzi, the Glory, the Breeze.
So you've been
Miracle,
pretty busy.
The Horizon. Yeah, I've done a few.
Good. Where are you going next?
Next, I'm going to the Forenzi at the end of February.
Okay.
Yeah, but I end on March 1st. My birthday's March 2nd, so I'm going home to party.
Okay, you're ready to turn up.
I'm going to turn
You look
up.
like you seem to me, not look like, but you seem to me as a party person. That can throw it down.
Oh yeah, it's on. It's
Okay.
on. It's on. I'm not going to go to the East Coast this year. I'm going to stay on the West Coast. Yeah.
Good.
Stay on the West Coast this year. And yeah, so when I was about 13, my parents had divorced, and my father and his girlfriend had my sister Shamia. So we're far apart in age, and we didn't live in the same house. So as adults,
Right.
we've come together to form a close relationship.
Oh, okay.
So she and I are really, really getting closer and closer and closer as adult sisters. So yeah, she's in Maryland. She just bought her first house over the summer. So people talk about Joe Biden. Joe Biden zeroed out some student loans, and that helped. So I don't see Trump zeroing out nobody's loans or doing anything to help the middle class. So that was Biden. And when people zero out your student loans, your FICO score goes up because your debt to income ratio isn't so far.
Exactly.
So it's an immediate change in your FICO score. So now your interest rates are lower, and you can now buy a home. So those are the things that when people say voting doesn't matter, it does.
Now, do you do anything towards that? Like, do you do anything at like the churches and at different types of other functions?
I'll do some corporate shows. I don't really do churches per se. I've done one church show at Faithful Central. I think I did it maybe 2 years ago, and it went really.
Failed it.
No, I didn't swear. I was on top of it, but I did a good job at the Faithful Central Church. It's like an annex. It's not in a church. It's like an annex building.
Oh, okay.
And I did a good job there.
Yeah,
I think I only had to do like 20 minutes.
You seem like like you would be a sassy kind of hit 'em hard type of comedian, but there's a few facets of you that I get when I saw you perform. It wasn't just hard hitting. It wasn't just sassy. It was engaging, and people were connected to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to not rely on gimmicks.
Right.
You know, so I just try to bring people into my world. You know, and I talk about myself and the things that I've experienced, because when you talk about yourself, you don't sound like anybody else.
Exactly.
You know, and to me, if somebody says to me, "You remind me of," I'm not doing my job.
Right.
I shouldn't remind you of anybody
nobody.
else. I should be the first Alicia.
Yeah.
You know
That's right. Say it like you mean it. That's absolutely true. Well, you were the first Alicia that I've had the privilege of meeting,
Oh, thank you,
and we haven't had a chance to spend much time together, but we did sit and break some bread late last night. Where was that?
Yes,
the sushi
we were
bar,
at the
right?
sushi bar. You
Yeah.
had the good. What do you have? The you had the bowl, the ramen,
Yeah, the ramen bowl.
and I had the spicy
because
tuna.
I also had a couple of drinks. So
I'm gonna get what he had tonight.
okay, you got to do it.
Yeah,
you got to do it.
Yeah, so
But how's your pina colada?
it's excellent.
I asked him for the dark one.
Oh, okay. What did he say?
He didn't put the dark.
He
put
did what he
light
wanted to
one.
do?
He did what I said. I don't have time for this.
So.
But then he made another a Bahama Mama or something that was colorful and beautiful. I wanted to get that for you because this might taste good,
but that look good.
That look good.
Yeah, this don't have no look to it.
But anyway, it's a joy and a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to our working together again.
You too.
She came on stage with me last night. She and Gabe, the cruise director. I had him come up on stage, and she snatched the microphone out of my hand. I do remember that. She said, "I got this."
I saw him. He was coughing a little bit. He was, you know, I said, "Let me go ahead and grab the mic for a second."
She said, "Give me that mic." I had a little cough. And she said, "Give me that mic." And you ran with it.
We're a
That's
team.
the way to
We're
do
a
it.
team.
That's right.
We're a team.
That's the way to do it. So, how can people reach you?
Okay, you can find me on Facebook under my name, Alycia Cooper. Instagram is Alicia Cooper 2023, and TikTok is Alicia Cooper 2. Oh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a new series. Trying to give them subscribe. I have a new series that I just started last month called SOB with Alicia Cooper, Standing on Business.
Okay.
So if you could go and subscribe and click the notification bell, because if you don't do that, you won't know when a new episode hits.
That's right.
And I'm going to get you on.
I would love to be like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. Tell them the name of it again.
It's called Standing on Business, SOB with Alicia Cooper.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I'm not going to keep you. I just want to tell you once again, it's a joy. And I thank you for taking time out of your busy day to hang out. There's people that are on the ship right now watching this show as well. So,
all right.
Your shows are tonight. What time are your shows tonight?
My shows tonight are 7 and 10:30. Both of them are in the theater.
Okay.
Split shows with Aldo.
So Aldo, and I looked for Aldo. I haven't seen Aldo anywhere. I saw because you guys did a split show that night. Because I would have interviewed him too. He was pretty good.
Yeah, he's around. He's around. He love to be interviewed.
He's just out someplace. So understandably, it's a beautiful day.
Where are you on? What deck are you on? Because Aldo's on 0.
Oh, okay. I can't tell the deck on.
Oh, look, I'm sending everybody to his room. He's in the penthouse waiting for you.
Like this. You take care of yourself. You get home safely tomorrow. Are you getting off the ship here?
I'm getting off in Long Beach, and I'll be home in an hour.
But you're not going to get off here today?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought about getting off just to take a walk.
I'm using my $1 Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I got $1 Wi-Fi for 4 hours, and I get another $1 Wi-Fi for 4 more hours.
Her on this $1
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
$1 Wi-Fi.
She told me about it last night. She called me and reminded me about it today. And then she's not gonna do nothing but spend $1.
$1 Wi-Fi. I know some new emails came through while I was taping this. $1
right.
Wi-Fi.
But you said you have Verizon. Mm-hmm. So you don't get free data here?
Yeah. When I get to Ensenada, I do. But when I'm in my cabin,
okay,
the
well, then
signal
stay
is
out your
bad.
cabin.
Yeah, if I'm out my cabin
You
in
out now?
Ensenada. But yeah, I'm out now. But yeah. But I think the
she ain't
$1
gonna stay out
Wi-Fi might move faster.
It's gonna do the thing
than my
for you.
Verizon.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Facebook family and friends. And I hope that you have a good day wherever you are. Hey, Jeffrey, I hope you have a good day wherever you are. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And remember, touch someone with love, with your heart, not with your finger. Don't be poking people. Love you guys. Take care. See ya.